Every trader goes through the same 4 stages, but no one ever really makes it past stage 3. And that has nothing to do with your strategy. And if you're stuck right now, you're probably in stage 3. You just don't realize it. So when I first started trading, I thought it was simple. Learn a strategy, have the right mindset, manage risk, and stay disciplined. And if you do all those, you make money. But that's not how it works, because trading isn't linear, it's a cycle. And this is where most people get trapped. So let me walk you through the 4 stages that every trader needs to go through. So stage 1, and honestly, this is the most dangerous phase. This is where you start getting into trading, you watch a couple of YouTube videos about strategy, a couple on psychology, and you start trading straight away. And those trades that you took, they most likely win. And that's where the issues start. So what you've experienced there is beginner's luck. And I know we've all been there, because if you lost straight away, you wouldn't have gone further in your trading journey. So if you're watching this video right now, it means you 99% had beginner's luck. What does that do? That creates a confidence spike. You now can see in real time that trading can work, that it can generate you money. It also feels easy because you've only spent maybe a day or 2 researching trading, and you might have made 20%, 10% of the money that you put in. So you feel like this is easy money, and you think that you've just figured it out. You think you're one of the chosen ones who become a professional trader and become a millionaire off trading just because you feel like it clicked. And you're literally thinking to yourself, why do people struggle with this? This is really easy. I press 2 buttons, I generate decent amounts of profit, and I've only been doing it for a few days or a few weeks. So now stage 1 is complete. You've had that beginner's luck. You can now see and believe that trading does work. It can generate you money, but you think it's easy. And this is where the problems start. And then probably a few days after or a few weeks after taking these wins, you get your first loss. This first loss turns into a few losses. You've probably blown an account. You've probably added more money to your trading accounts as well. And this is what brings you into stage 2. And this is where reality hits. This is where that beginner luck is no longer. And you start losing. And you start losing a lot. Not just 1 trade, not 2 trades, but you are now losing consistently. So straight away you think, right, what needs changing? And because you're new to trading, you don't really know. So the first thing you search up is how to improve my trading. And the video that comes up is a strategy video. So you watch that strategy video and think, hang on a minute, the strategy I was using maybe yesterday or a few weeks ago while I was getting these losses isn't what this person's using. Let me switch up my strategy. So now you start doubting the original strategy that you were using, and you start trying to tweak it and putting in elements from this new strategy video that you've just watched. So now you've tweaked everything. You've tweaked how you trade, you've tweaked where you enter, you've tweaked your confluences, and you've also tweaked your risk management. And now you keep losing again and again and again. And what do you try and do? You try and add more elements, you try and tweak more things, and you just feel like nothing is working, and you take loss after loss after loss. But at the same time, you're adding more money to your accounts, more money to your accounts. You're buying now prop firms. You've researched what a prop firm is, and you're purchasing prop firm accounts. So now you're spending a lot of money, but you're still losing, and you just don't know what it is. And all you can think is that the issue is your system, when it's not. And this is where the frustration starts to build. This is when you start to revenge trade, you start to overtrade, you start to break all those key element rules that you were told to do in the first couple of videos that you watched, because the strategy is now not working for you. So you don't believe that the rules that they most likely said about overtrading and revenge trading work either. And that leads you to the main part, stage 3. And this is where people get stuck for years. This is also the part which a lot of you guys will be in right now. And that's where you're stuck. You're still unprofitable. You have winning days, you have losing days, but nothing's going anywhere. You're either break even or losing money. And everything you do doesn't change your P&L at the end of the month, at the end of the week. You're just stuck. And this is where most traders give up. They give up in stage 3, which is the trough. You're in this trench, you're in this trough, and this lasts for ages. And if you don't start to really fix things here, you will always be unprofitable and you will always lose. So what happens in this trough? First of all, you start to break all your rules. You have no rules at this point. You revenge trade, you trade emotionally, you overtrade, and all your decisions are just based on your emotions, what you feel like for the day. However, you're not clueless anymore because you've probably been trading for 3 months, 6 months at this point. So you understand how it works. You understand what needs to be done, and you understand that you can be profitable, but you're not, you're stuck. And probably after watching a few more videos, researching a few more things online, you realize it's your psychology. And you know now exactly what to do, but you don't do it. And this is the hardest part. You know not to break the rules. You know not to overtrade. You know not to let your emotions get the better of you, but you do every single day, probably for a year. You might have a good week where you follow your rules, but one loss, you're back to not following them again. And then you're straight to taking trades that you know you shouldn't be taking. And you're risking more than plans because you want to make the money back as quickly as possible. And this is where trading stops becoming technical and it's completely psychological. You just can't control yourself anymore. And until you can rein your emotions back, you will never get out of stage 3. You will never get out of this trough. And I get it. This stage is exhausting. I've been through it. I was probably in it for 2 years until I managed to climb my way out. But finally, something will click, and it won't be overnight. It will come from weeks and months of small, tiny improvements while you're in this trough. It could be just working on your strategy very slightly. It could be giving yourself new rules, such as taking 1 trade per day only. It could be if you're having an emotional day outside of trading, you won't trade that day, so your emotions don't get the better of you whilst you're trying to trade. But these rules, these improvements, they slowly start to add up. And that's when you get to stage 4. And this is the stage where things finally start to change. But this is also the stage that not even 10% of traders will ever see. And you've only got to this stage because you've started to control yourself. Your risk is starting to become more consistent. You're taking fewer trades. Your emotions aren't getting the better of you. You're okay to sit through choppy markets. You're fine to sit on your hands and do nothing all day. And now you start to follow your rules properly. You'll start to see decent payouts coming through. You start to see nice withdrawals coming from your live account. And it's actually starting to work out for once after probably years of being in stage 1, 2, and 3. It's starting to work. You're in stage 4 now. But this is also a dangerous stage because it's really, really easy to drop off and go back into that trench that you've been in for years. So you need to stay strong, consistent, and have complete control over your emotions. And you also need to know exactly what the triggers are. So a big thing for me was what triggers me to overtrade, revenge trade, and break my rules. If it was a loss, then that's why I only take 1 trade per day, because I knew after a loss, it would trigger me into breaking my other rules. So if I take a loss or a win now, it's just 1 trade per day and I reset for the next day. So once you're in this stage 4, when stuff is starting to improve, it won't click, it won't feel like it's coming overnight, but you will see progression. You'll see bigger payouts, more consistent payouts, your live account growing, you becoming less emotionally involved within your trading. Trading starts to become boring. And this is where stuff starts to improve. As I said, not overnight, but over a few months, over 6 months, you'll see a huge difference, consistent payouts, and you'll finally think to yourself, that's it. I'm now profitable. I'm now break even in all the money that I've spent in trading. I've made it back. So now it's starting to work. And stage 4 is the best stage, but rarely anyone gets to see this stage. So if you're feeling super stuck right now, you've probably passed stage 1, you've probably passed stage 2, but you're going to be stuck in stage 3. And as I said, this one lasts for half a year, 1 year, 2 years, even longer. But each day, if you try and improve, try to become more emotionally strong, try to follow your rules better each and every day, journal your trades so you know exactly the pinch points which are making you lose, you will slowly start to get out of that trench and get into stage 4 of profitability. But the first thing you need to do is accept that you're in stage 3 right now. If you can't accept that you're in stage 3, if you're in your trench phase where you're going to be losing, where you are unprofitable or break even, if you can't accept that, you'll never get into stage 4. But if you can and start to improve, put your ego aside, you will smash through stage 4. Because trading isn't about trying to find the perfect strategy, but it's about becoming the person who can consistently follow their strategy to earn money. And if you feel like you really do need extra help with your trading mindset and psychology to get you out of stage 3, then click the link in my description. I've got a completely free Telegram group for you guys to join. It's all about trading psychology, mindset, and risk management. So if you need help with that, the link is in the description. There's also a free trading plan builder for you guys to use. My playbook of 4.5 years of my experience in trading for you guys to download, and also a trading journal, which I personally use myself and built for myself. That is available for you guys as well. So if you enjoyed this video, please feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow in the next video.